Hello. Yeah, so what are we having? So CPI in the next 5 minutes. To me, I can see I love these highs. So there's some relatively equal highs. So there's some smooth level right there. Yeah, so just to the left. So now we're simply just waiting for time. So those guys who were here with us during the London session, you saw us highlight all of these events here. And now again you're coming back in during this AM session, and because we want to see what's happening. Okay, so on a higher time frame on 4H, this level for now it's holding. I don't know what it wants to do, and oh man. So is it going to be a one-sided move or a? So this is crazy. So like uh, I want to see it. So I want to see them take it maybe towards this high, you know. So at least this high here. So even if we fail to hit this high, then I also want this. But then the London session highs, we've taken that out. Oh boy, that's crazy. Taken out. Yeah, CJ, hi. Hi, CJ. I'm good. So, are you new to this? Are you new to this channel, or we've already interacted? So, right now, I'm anticipating something to do with pull back into around 30% of that new week of that weekly range. So, let's see. So, where is the 30% level? So, 30% level is slightly around this level here that I've highlighted with the shade of green. Okay. And also remember above price we're having new day opening up. So there's our drove liquidity. Uh, so any pullback, so I did scale my stop loss and did hit me right there. Oh, so thank you for the support. Thank you for the support, CG. So on the 5 minutes, I can see we are having this CB here. Mm, what levels are they? So we hit those relatively equal highs as we could see on the 1 minute. So on the 1 minute we're having this high. So this is where I wanted to see price draw to. So actually there's normally my one of my frameworks that I come to the marketplace to look for, looking for any area where the market is smooth. Okay. So for instance, when I came to the marketplace, this level was really smooth. So it was this high buy side liquidity was really untouched, okay? And then we made the sell side really jagged. So taking out this low and also these lows. So this low and this one also making it so the downside was really engaged as we can see, and we had this pattern fair value gap once we break above it. So I tried getting short there right before time, and I was targeting this high. So if I was to take something off, then there's so during the learner session also, as we were streaming, so we were targeting that buy side only. And I did say because we were trading past time for 30 and we already engaged the buy side. So whatever was happening, you were anticipating a new range. Okay. So what happened during the new range? This happened. And again, here we were also having these smooth levels also. So that buy side was really smooth. Okay. And also we engaged it nice and clear right there. So the only thing I failed to do was take take I mean take profit right there. And so I scaled my stop and it just took me. After taking me out, we had it. But then it was just one micro. So no impact. Uh, so having that relatively equal high right there. And so just that. So we engage it and we see what. So this was like minor. Okay. So this was like minor. This was like minor, relatively equal highs. Okay, so that's good. That's wonderful. So, are you from Kenya? And how long have you been using? I mean, trading the ST concepts. So, guys, I mean, don't panic because we're still waiting for 9:30, and we're still going to get a move. Okay, but then anyone who got this, that was really good. That was really good. So, to someone by just taking this long here and targeting this London session high could just be done for the day. I mean, that could be enough. South Africa. Oh wow, feel blessed. So thank you all the way from South Africa. It's been over a year. That's good. That's good. Yeah. So for me, I've been doing this from 2022. From 2022. But then I've been live streaming for roughly 7 months now. With around 7 months, 6, 7 months, thereabout. Yeah. So ever since I mastered, I mean, this system, my edge on trading NQ. I've always been live streaming it each and every single day, just collecting data. So journaling. So I mean, actually, live streaming is my way of journaling. So I do have the recordings, and I go through them during the weekends and during my free times, and I see where I went wrong, where I could have done this and didn't, where I did this, but then I shouldn't have been doing that. So I feel like it's a step to me. It's a step for me. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not claiming to be perfect, but at least I'm somewhere. Thank God. At least I'm somewhere. So just keep pushing. Keep pushing. I mean, guys, this is one of the most difficult skills. But then if you can master it, once you can see it, I tell you there are levels to this game. There are levels to this game, and once you see it, you can never unsee it. Just like ICT normally says, once you can see it, there is never, I mean, you can't unsee it. So I feel like I really scaled my stop loss a little bit higher. So if I just had left it at break even, then this move wouldn't have taken me out. But then it's fine because I'm still going to catch the 930 move. So the next 40 minutes, they're about still going to catch the next move. So but then for now, let's wait and see if we can. So we are having the weekly candle, okay? So right now there's move higher. What I anticipate to see it do. So let me remove all the markings, execution marks. So what I can say here is that so we have this our week, and we've really been bearish, and TJF Friday. So the only thing we might anticipate is to see it trade back to the weekly range. And which level is that? 20 to 30% of that weekly range. So using our Jan box, so our 20 level, point 0.2 and also point 0.3. So let's see if we've hit our point 0.2 level, because point 0.3 level is simply there, right there, and point 0.2 is here. So our point 0.2 level is here. So let's see if we've hit point 0.2 as we wait to see any expansion towards point 0.3. Okay. So to anyone new to the ICT concept, so what has happened is simply TJF. So TJF is where uh, we tend to trade towards the new week, I mean, towards the weekly range. So towards 20 to 30% of that weekly range. So we've hit point 0.2, okay? So the first point we hit was simply this level, and that was nice. As you can see, it's really perfect because it was also aligning to, so slightly below the minor, I mean, these major relatively equal highs that I highlighted here. And this was it, okay? So what I want to do is simply now remove that and have a small line here indicating 20%. 20% of weekly range. So I want it to be color blue, but then the line I want to use a black one, and then I remove this. Yeah, so that's our 20%. And so once that is done, that's our 20. And now there's our 30%. So again, let's just use the same idea there and just write 30%. Once that is done, so let me remove that other one. So between 20 to 30%, so between these two levels, where's our midpoint? Slightly here. Mm. So right there. Okay, so by the time everyone will be chasing it higher, so for you, you understand what it was doing. So the first trade, so we allow it to trade into 20%. That's good. So it hit the 20% of the range. So again, we can only allow for it to trade by again also into 30%. Okay, into 30% of that range. So where is our 30%? This one. So immediately it does that, we don't want to see it trade higher anymore. Okay, so what does that tell you? So it simply tells us, it simply gives us that narrative. Okay, so once we are complete with the TGIF, what next? What next after that? So the the only thing, the only draw of liquidity to the upside simply needs to be that 30% mark of the weekly range. And once we are done with that, we don't expect to see anything else. So let me see where that, so 30% is around this level. So that means that perhaps this high here, this is the last draw of liquidity. We might anticipate to see price trade to, okay? And then we want to see this order block hold it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So until then, we might anticipate to see continuation. Mm, okay. So the only thing you can do to me is just subscribe to my channel and give me a like button. So that's the best thing you can do to me. As we wait for the 9:30 range, yeah. So this week has been bearish. So what normally happens whenever we are having a bearish week, we anticipate see high of the day form on the early days between Sunday to Wednesday. Then intra-week we form low of the day. Okay. So for instance, today Friday created low of the day, and on Fridays we always anticipate to see TGIF. So thank God it's Friday. Oh wait, today is Friday, right? Yeah, Friday. TGIF. So maybe a pullback or an expansion towards that weekly range. But then once that is done, then should be done. I mean, that should be all. That should be all for you if at all you want to take it higher. Yeah, that's what allowed. That's all that's allowed. Also remember, I don't trust this law here. I don't know, I just don't trust it. Mhm. So I want to see what we had on ES. I want to see what we had on S&P 500. So did we take out that low? So it failed. So this was some kind of an SMT. So ES failed to take out this low. And let's see US 30. US 30 also didn't take any low. So that was some kind of an SMT divergence. Smart money. Smart money technique. Okay. So failed to take out this low. I mean, within Q we took it out right there. With how do you call it? S&P 500, we didn't take it out. US 30, we didn't take it out. Here's the 5 minutes. I mean, my entry was simply this upper fair value gap. So immediately we trailed and closed above it. So any as it was pulling back, this one. But then the 5 minutes, let me see if it's also on the 5 minutes. No, this one, no, if I was to use the 5 minutes, then I could have I could have executed that as it was opening here. So I didn't use this. My entry was above it. So if I was to use 5 minutes, so immediately it closed above the upper quadrant of this fair value gap right there. I would have gone long. See the fact that we traded above the consequent encroachment. So this as it was opening right here. I would have used that, but then I didn't even check the 5 minutes. I was glued on the 1 minute. Yeah, so I was using this one because we were having two fair value gaps, and most of the time, if it's really to be bearish, so I normally treat this up one as a breakaway, but then I anticipate see trade into this one. But then the fact that this one trade above this one and also into this one and closed above it, so any pullback return right there and also before time, and this level was really smooth laying above here, and also that uh, London session. So today we were highlighting London session, and on my stream, I did say that this high was the only thing I'd really love to see, because whatever was happening, I was also watching time. So time, I did say if we can hit 430 before we take out this high, then I'm going to close the stream. But then before 430, we really hit that level, and so I was done. So after that, you anticipate a new range. So what's the new range? This one. So from that high to this low. Yeah. So again here, what's happening? So is it giving us another framework? We don't know. But then we've hit 20% mark. So like I said again, I don't trust this law, and I don't know what it will do. So whatever happens here, still, I mean, oh, so you also went long. That was good. So you used the 5 minutes. That was nice. That was nice. So till now, whatever is happening, I'm just simply waiting for 9:30. So 9:30, that's when now the draw will be clear, much clearer to me. So let me see what's happening on the six sister. Again, it failed check out this high, while NQ took it out. US 30 also failed check out this high. But with NQ, we took this high out right there. So that's good. To anyone who caught the long, that was good. So there was peer pressure going on with the um, futures traders. So everyone wanted full pot CPI. Everyone was full potting. And then if they caught the move, that was nice. So those are accounts passed. Okay, so only this move can pass your eyeballs because it moved around 1,000 points. So let's see. Not really 1,000. Around 129. But then that's equivalent of around 1,000 ticks. 1,000 ticks. So a move that produces 1,000 ticks, that's a lot. That's massive. So if you're using one mini contract, that's like $1,000. So right now there are those guys who are early into the party. So already they're short because we had this high and this one took it out, and from this high low higher high we're breaking below it. So I know some people were already short. Once you hit the 20% range. So again, guys, if it's really bearish, then it shouldn't even have the ability to trade into this 30% level. But then for us, we just simply wait for that. Let's wait for the next 15 minutes. So time. So time. So I'm normally strict with time. I'm normally strict on time. Normally strict on time. So again, we'll try back into this 5 minutes BC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. And also we're having this level, so also previous days high mark right there. So you see the bodies respecting this level. So that's perfect. That's perfection. You can't improve upon that. Mm. But then again, guys, if you can look at this market on a 15 minutes time frame, so there should be your bellwether chart. So you'll find out that we are stuck in a certain range. Okay, we are stuck in a certain range. So we had this low. Okay, first initially we had this low and that high. Took out this low, failed to take out that high. Create this high, took out this low right there, gave us a new low. This high taken out there, took out this low, and create this high, this low, took out this low, and again came for this high here. So the remaining portion is simply this one. And also remember, if we are really bearish, then it doesn't need to trade even till this favor. I mean, this level, this high here. It doesn't need to do that. So I have that in mind. So I've allowed myself for the possibility of that happening. So this high here. So just know that maybe, maybe not. This level, we might not trade into that. But then if we can trade into that, then that will go, that will be better. But then whatever was happening here, this was just like a continuation pattern. Yeah. It's not a reversal pattern. So something like, so again on the 15 minutes, we're having this really small BC. This one. So we trade into that level. So we just have to wait for the next 10 minutes for the market to open, and then we see where it now wants to go to. So now we'll identify if it normally, I mean, okay, initially I used to understand, I used to know that CPI is normally a one directional move, news event, okay, economic event. But then lately, I mean, everything is changing. FOMC, which is normally I mean, a two directional event, nowadays, just, I mean, no, most of the time just goes towards one direction. So everything is changing, and you also have to adapt. We have to adapt real fast. And so no time to complain. No time to complain. Just have to adapt real fast. So uh, okay, I don't know if we can talk about something a little bit. So let me see. So there's something about the 40% consistency on props. I really wanted, I've really been yearning to share that with you guys, and I don't know if today is the right day to do that. Or maybe I'll live stream that on Saturday. Saturday, I mean during the weekend. So I'm going to I'm going to have a stream on, I mean, talking about the 40% consistency rule, because a lot of people normally ask me about the 40% consistency rule on the futures props. Yeah, so there's a time I was talking to a friend, and so he gave me his account to do what? To trade on his behalf. But then we were really not coming into a civil discourse, okay? Because he was talking about 40% consistent. So actually, it was a 50K account. So he was talking about, I mean, 40% consistency rule. So was it 50K or 25K? 25K. It was 50K. Yeah, so 50K because he was always yapping about not hitting above, is it $700 or $800? Let's just say $800. So like, come on. So he was really afraid because the first trading day we hit something to do with around 1200 $1,200, and he was talking about wanting to lose for it. I mean, wanting to lose around $400 for him to hit that threshold of $800. And I was like, this guy can't be serious. You mean you're making profit and then you want to lose again just because you fear a simple rule, which, I mean, that was not even the point. Because even if you make that much, the only thing they're going to do is simply just scale that target limit, okay? So you're not going to have to make more. And by that was really possible. You're going to make more to meet that 40% consistency rule threshold. So if at all you can make even 5K in a day, yeah. So that 40% consistency rule simply only tells you that if you make more, then you must always be making more. Yeah. So I always feel like just get yourself out of that trap. Yeah. Get yourself out of that trap. Make as much money as you can, and then work towards hitting that 40% consistency by again making more. Okay. But then there's a way that you can calculate, because on this trading platform, I mean, prop spaces, we really don't know how they normally calculate that. But then I'll really like to share that with you guys, maybe during this weekend. I'd really love to share that with you guys, and I hope it blesses someone. Yeah, so who still fears the 40% consistency rule? Because let's say the first day, if I get a win, I mean, if I get W's of around 1,000 USD, yes, I know. Let's say I'm a 25K account. Yes, I know they're going to push my profit target now. Okay, so if they push it, then that means I'm still going to have to make that 1,000 again. So let's say the next day I make something like 800. So still I'm not going to hit the consistency rule. If the other day I make, if the next day I make 2,000, I'm still not going to hit it. But then the next time, yeah, let's say using that 40% consistency rule calculator, I'm only required to make around $600. See, I simply just make that 600 and hit the 40% consistency rule. And then I wait for a live account. So something like that. But then you find that most people are normally tied with this idea that you just need to be perfect. You just need to hit that 500 mark or $700 mark, and then just maintain that. If you trade that way, my friend, you are limiting yourself, and your time is coming. You'll be chopped. So right there, 9:30, we are now opening. I'm watching how price reacting to that level. I'm watching how price reacting to that level. And in the 1 minute, still I can't see any first presented fair value gap that I like. So maybe until now we might get something. But then there's level. Watch that. Okay. Watch that. Mm. So we've tried and closed above it. So any trader that was trying to go short in here, their stops are here. So that's good. So on the 5 minutes, let's see. I mean, come on, how? I saw that the 5 minutes we've not even hit our first 5 minutes. So this level is holding from what I can see. So I almost thought that we closed above it. So this one is leading. The Dow is leading towards the downside. So I wanted to see it give us a fair value gap here. Still not doing that. So till now, what has happened is immediately we took out this high. We had this high low, high high. We took it out with speed and we trailed back into this breaker right there, and it's holding. Also, there's 5 minutes fair value gap. We're really going below it, and again, it's holding. So there's one here. So like I said, I don't trust this low. So until then, right now, I'm not having anything, any clean level that might warrant me to get in and act. Hello, John Bro. Hello, hello, hello. So now can you hear me? Did you notice we are inside a daily volume imbalance? So I think the volume is back. We're inside the daily volume imbalance. So let me see. Which one? I mean, which volume? I mean, daily volume imbalance. So which volume imbalance? I need to I need to know which one. So that 5 minutes level, you can see it's holding, and there's low here. So the 5 minutes IVG really did that. After these are the one holding. So if you caught the shots, that's nice. That's really nice. So we're now hitting that level nicely right there. So I want to see yes, what yes did. Same thing. It's only that all of them failed to give us a what first presented favor lookup. But then now it might give us something to work with. So right here, and also NQ also right here. So this is now my first presented favor lookup. So we see that it only hit the 20% level, 20% mark. And then we had that. That's good. That's wonderful. So again, we're trading about the first presented favor lookup. So above the 830 open, previous day high. Into that 5 minutes, 5 minutes what? Favor lookup. or 1h. So seems to me now like they will now the real they will now the real TGIF move. So now it's like we are now trading, we are now going back into that 30% range. So we've hit the midpoint. So guys, 1050, 1110. I want to try some shots. So placing my stop slightly above that part. So this is not a financial advice. Don't copy what I'm doing. It's really it's really risky to copy what I'm doing. So I'm fine with it taking me out. So that's why my stop is right there. So if we can trade above this level, then it's fine. I might as well be taken out. So my shots, I mean, I want to believe that this was the end of that TJF. But then, in as much as we're still having this remaining portion, 30% mark, so still might trade into that. But then I want to believe this was it. So, yes, I might be wrong or also right. But then, once my stop has been taken out, then I'll now believe that we might trade into this upper one. But until then, I just have to be, I mean, to trust it. Okay. Yeah. So right there. Yeah. So I was wrong. So I'm beginning to question myself. So what's running on my mind is, what if this lower fair value gap was simply just a breakaway gap, and this was a measuring gap? So it simply just ran into the measuring gap and now might expand higher. So that's what's ringing on my mind, at the back of my mind. Yeah. So again, because we are now closing below, I mean, closing, getting a full close at this level. So I want to see as break below this, and then still I'll anticipate to see it. If we break below this, I'll still anticipate to see it move deeper into this range still. Yeah, so I'm not in a hurry to scale my stop. That is if we can break below this. So it's really crazy. With the kind of volume that's injected in in the market, I mean, it's really crazy. And with just one move, can be taken out. Just one move, one simple move. So still, I want to see how we're trading inside this first presented fair value gap. This will be the determinant. The determinant. So I don't want to trust this fair value gap still. So these are CB sell say imbalance by side inefficiency. So still, I'm not trusting it. Why? Because we've not engaged this level. So first, if we engage this level and then we had a rejection, so do you guys see that? Yeah, so that's why I was saying I still don't trust this because we still yet to engage this level. Crazy, 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 right? Yeah, so yeah, it's really crazy. So that's why I didn't want to use this fair value gap here. Yeah, so I'm not trusting this fair value until I see how price engages this level. So what happened right there? Oh boy. Yeah, so up to this point, I leave it to my stop loss. So I don't want to until we can break below this level. That's when I can say something at least. But then until we break this level, anything else, whatever it's doing, I don't know. I can't really tell. Yeah, so it's out of my control. So such conditions will most of the time be making you wonder if you really know what you're doing. Yeah, if you really know what you're doing. But then again, to be safe, if at all your stop was above this level, then that's good. So until you're taken out, then you're wrong. But then, so just let it do its own thing. So if it's going to take us out, well and good. So we are not going to worry about it. Yeah, so any candlestick that trades lower, we are not focusing on that. Yeah, we are not focusing on that. All we need to understand is that we are still doing this. And until we break outside this range, either to the downside or to the upside, then until then, that's when we'll rest. But any movement lower, we are not you're not celebrating any movement higher. Because again, there are those guys who are going long here. So it's just that tug of war. Traders going long in here, they want to see this high. Traders going short, they want to see. But then if we can trade into this level, if we can trade into this level, then that's the only time we can heave that sigh of relief and say that indeed it might now try and go lower. But then until then, no, 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 no. See? So any minor fluctuation, we are not. So let's see what the sixth sister is doing. Same thing, just chopping around. So did he take out these highs? So only took out this one, but then this one still intact. Damn, crazy, right? Wow. Yes, 30 doing a totally different thing. It's bullish. So if we are taken out, then we'll just have to wait for 9:30, or we might as well just call it a day. I mean 10:30. Yeah, so not good, not good. And so the fact that again we are revisiting this level. So hands up, I surrender, and I'm offside. So that's it. Yeah, so we are done. Enter there, taken out there. So it has really been a tug of war, tug of war, tug of war, but still failing to hit this level. So we still have two bullets left. Is it two or one? One. Yeah, because this one we've taken a loss. So one, so maximum of three executions per day. So the first one, second one. So I don't want to go long, yeah, because if I go long, where is my draw? Maybe just this 30%. So all we can say now is that it was simply just trading down into this upper fair value gap, and we all had that. Okay, so that was a clean L. So we take the L majestically, part of the game, right? So again, I'm just waiting for the next 15 minutes candle. And I'll seek to look for one setup. So the final one for the week. The final one for the week. So these are total of two executions. The first one, the second one. The second one taken out. So anyone who had their stops here still not taken out. So any stop loss that was scaled here is still safe. Yeah, so that's good. But then from what I can see, this price action of it going higher, there is not a signature of it wanting to go any higher. Whatever is happening here, there is not a price signature of it wanting to go really higher. So, for instance, you see, whenever we want to go lower, see the moves, you see the moves. The type of volume we're finding anytime we're trying to go lower. Contrast that with the bullish candles ones. So such type of price action, these are what I was experiencing when I was trading currencies. See the deeper pullbacks. Yes, my stop should be here, but then for me, I know, with the trading NQ, I want to see this upper quadrant left untouched, okay? Then you just try lower. But then still, this level, I still believe we might trade back into this level. So let's just wait for the next 15 minutes candle. So in the next around 10 minutes. Next 10 minutes. The chart is now really dirty. So the next 10 minutes. So guys, if I was really bullish, then during this time, if I wanted to be really bullish during this time, so we were having this low, high, lower low, and we broke higher, giving us some fair value lookup. So if we were really bullish and I was anticipating some higher prices, then we shouldn't have had this. Say there's a run on stops. This one. We shouldn't have had that. And so there's from the all of these two candles should have held price and then deliver higher prices. But then the fact that we had this, I feel like this was it tipping as its hand that I really want to go lower. So anything that happens after this move, simply just a manipulation. Yeah. So as taking out that buy side again, just a manipulation. And then now the real distribution move will come later. But then it's doing this, so it's telling us wait. So in as much as I got my ass sapped, okay? So that's still fine. So I'm just going to wait for 10:30. I don't want to do anything past that. I mean before this time. Yeah. Because again, there's nothing really uh, interesting here that I might want to go. I mean to go short in or go long in. It's really not good. So just wait, just wait. But then if you are long and your stop is below there, or if you're short and your stop is, I don't know, can't really tell. But what I know is this level, I still anticipate, still believe we can trade back into this level. It's really crazy. So I'm still going to use this fair value gap. I'm still going to use it. So now remaining 9 minutes. So one thing guys, okay, a quick tip. So whenever you're having such a crazy price action, okay, trust me, 100% or 90% of the time, your mental capital will have been depleted. So how do you go about such days whereby all days has happened? So always. So what I normally do, okay? Say this 10:30, I just snap out of it. Or if you can't remember this, just put an alarm. So when it reaches 10:30, you prime your mind to start afresh. Just prime your mind to start afresh. Yeah. So cause trust me, this one really kills your mental fortitude and mental capital. And also your capital. See there? Yeah, that stop loss hit. So every capital, mental capital, your capital, and also your mental fortitude, it all gets depleted. Yeah. So it really makes it easier for you to snap out of your main idea. So what were you looking for? If at all you're looking for shots, yeah, and it has done this, so you'll feel like no, it now doesn't want to go lower, so it wants to go higher. So again, you're striving to look for an area or a level to now push it higher. So that simply makes you go on tilt, and you can lose it really bad. And inside this level, this is where most people lose their accounts, guys. This is where most people lose their accounts, and it's not a joy. It's not a laughing matter. Imagine losing your account on a Friday after making all the gains on the previous days. Then on Friday you come. So this is the reason why I also say that Fridays are normally my worst days. So Fridays are normally my worst day because of, yeah, because of this. And also I'm not quite surprised because let's just reason, okay? Let's just be logical. So it's normally advisable that after large range day, so after large range day, yesterday we had a really large range day. So it's normally advisable just avoid the AM session, the London session. Yeah. So as you can see, we've really not had anything. So as a matter of fact, if you want to get, the best time to trade after large range, just wait for the PM session. Just wait for the PM session. Because with this, so just looking also at the 15 minutes time chat, this alone should have confirmed to us that we just need to close the chats and go do our things. Because see all this. Yeah, so but then that applies to if you're a newbie, if you're starting trading, if you're new into trading, there's markets, then always understand that after large range day, it's not going to be a joyride, okay? It's going to be hell. During the M session, perhaps if at all someone took the long, could have been done for the day with that. Those who took short in here, same, done for the day. But now, I've really had this. You can also call this time distortion. Yeah. So I normally like to call this time distortion. So simply doing this because it's waiting for time. time distortion. So I understand that those people who normally trade certain concepts, so like some people trade with the time dilation concepts. I don't know what that means, but I know that those people, those guys that exist trading that, so they normally call it time dilation. So whenever they see me talk about time distortion, so they are always like, "Oh, bro, oh Lucy, you also trade time dilation theories." I don't know what that means, but what I know is that when you say there's simply time distortion, so it's waiting for time, and uh, once we hit the time, we'll most of the time start seeing something like this. So we start leaving that range. So let me remove that. Yeah, so any trader that had their stops here also been taken out. So that's part of the game. Adapt to that and you'll be free. Yeah, so don't take losses as if you don't know what you're doing. So losses are part of the game. Part of the game, part of the game. So still I'd love to use this level. So now we've hit that 30% level. So if we can take out these highs, then the draw of liquidity will be this fair value gap here. Look at the 4H, this one here. This is what will be attracting price. If we can break above that high, this one here. But then if we are really extremely bearish, then this one should be left intact because it's like a swing high. So this candles high, higher than this and this one. So it's like a swing high. So if it's really bearish, and also remember it expanded into this CB here. So if we are really extremely bearish, then this high here, this swing high, needs to be left untapped, okay? So that's what I believe, okay, might happen. But then it's not a must that it's going to do that. So we might also take it out. So like I said, once we hit this 1030 mark, now snap your mind. So just forget everything that happened. So start afresh now. I don't know, it's really difficult, but then I believe you guys can do that. Yeah. So Now, just snap out of it and tell yourself, remind yourself two things can happen, either a continuation or either a reversal. Yeah. So either continuation or a reversal. So two things. Wow. Okay. So now we've hit the 30% mark. Yeah, so that, so if a taller was really long, then that could have been it for me. Okay. That could have been it for me. So let me now remove that. So like I always say, continuation moves are normally the easiest ones to know. Yeah. So if you don't see a continuation pattern, don't act. Yeah, losses motivate. But then it's not like now if you keep on taking losses, now you'll feel motivated. No. They normally draw you back into that deathbed whereby you tell yourself, I don't know anything. This thing is not clicking. So always avoid, in as much as losses are part of the game, but then there's a thing they do to your mind. There's a thing they just do to you. They normally draw you back into that negative loop. You keep telling yourself now, wow, what did I do wrong now this time? What should I have done right? So is this going to keep on, I mean, continuing? So at times, it depends with how you've primed your mind. So I feel like it depends with how you've primed your mind. So if you can take a loss and sit with it without reacting in a certain way, yeah, revenging, going back and revenging, then I feel like you're doing more than the 10% of the population. So if you're offside, like you saw me here, I was offside. Why? Didn't take out, didn't feel the 30% weekly range. So that's acceptable. So what did I want to do? So I wanted to see it just straight into the 20 range and maybe that midpoint of these two, and then now continue lower. But then it had other plans. So the other plans was to hit the 30% weekly range, and that's acceptable. I have to admit that, I have to journal that. Mm. So again, if you feel like you are done for the day, you can just log off and go do some other things. But then for us, we just want to see what happens next, okay? What's going to happen next? Oh boy. So this one of the reasons why it's normally said that trading, it's more of a game of waiting. You have to do more of the waiting. So let's now see if it can give us a fair value gap. So I did say I want to use this level later in the day. Wow. So I'm trying my last, I'm giving it my last chance, my last bullet. So I have in mind that 1050, 1110 is underway. So now there's my last one. So again, this is not a financial advice, so don't copy what I'm doing. So if we can break below this level, so what else I don't want to say is that 1050, yeah. Mm, so 1050 we're trading inside this level. So maybe 1050 we trade below. Let 1050 find us trading below this level. So I'd really love to see that happen. Yeah, so this level, if at all I missed this one, then I would have used this level. So I'm going to take something off here. So if we can hit that first presented fair value gap, I'm taking three contracts. Yeah. So my entire take profit is simply 12 $1,000, $1,200. So it's not a must I take the all of it. So I'm just going to have to take partial. So take something off once we reach this level. Once we do that, I'm going to scale my stop loss to break even. And it's also a good thing that my break even is going to be inside this level here. It's 1050. 1050. I just want to see it now sink. Yes, sir. Akiro. So we also trading below 930. So 930 and 830. There are some levels you need to be watching. So there's normally some sensitivity inside those levels. So we have this IAVG. You also have this like fair value gap on the 5 minutes. So if it's to draw higher than those levels, hmm. So that's really crazy. So again, like I said, this level, if it's really going to go lower, then this level would have been a very suitable place to add your positions. So again, don't copy what I'm doing. This is not financial advice. that favor lookup, and also these are AVJ. Crazy, crazy. So still we didn't take out this high. So I have nothing to fear. So we didn't take out this high right there. Fell short of taking it out. So I have nothing to fear. And I'm adding three more. So just a minute. So guys, not good. This is not good. Not good at all. Yeah, so till now, I'm not interested. I'm now not interested. So I'll just have to wait for the PM session, maybe for the shots. So yeah, so those are two losses for the day, and I'll call it a week, mother. I'll call it a week. So there's no need for me fighting it when I can just come during the PM session and get something. Yeah. So I can come to the PM session and grab something good, something fat. Yeah. So now I'm not really interested. So with this move, By now I should be trading around this level. Yeah. By now I should be trading around this level. 1050. Yeah, so that's it, guys. So I don't care if it trades lower. It's spending too much in time inside this level. And I don't like that. I don't like that. So I just have to check the L and call it a day. So those are a total of one, two, three executions. So I don't know. But then PM session, if I get something, yeah, something enabling price to trade lower, then I might catch that. But then with this, no. So let's call it a day. Let's call it a day. And yeah, whatever I wanted to see price do, it's not going to give it to me. And as much as we are trading into that fair value gap that fair value gap. So now I'm now not trusting it to be a breakaway gap. So immediately we trade into this upper portion. It now fails to be a breakaway gap, and who knows? We might as well use this level to push price higher. So that's it for me for the week. Um, so this week so far, I only trade which days. So let me see. Yesterday I didn't do anything. Mm, so let me just go through the days that I trade and see. I can just use this daily. So Monday I traded, Tuesday I traded, Wednesday I traded, Thursday I was not in the chart, Friday loss. So only Thursday, that's the only day I didn't trade. And Wednesday we had some nice shots, so that was good. Tuesday I can't remember the price action. Yeah, but that's what we had. So I'll call it a day. I'll call it a week. And like I promised, I'm going to present to you guys about that 40% consistency rule that we have on, like, how do we call it? On prop farms, okay? So I don't know if I can share it right now. I can just show you a little bit before I end the live. Oh, no, 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 the light. Yeah, so there's one here. So I don't know if you guys can see it. So is it visible? Can't see. Come on. I mean, you can't see the chat or so again I have to. Okay, so I've understood how this works. So again I have to share this other. So now I believe now you guys can see it. Yeah, the file. Now you guys can see it right there. Okay. Yeah. So what I was saying, what I was saying during that other time is that talking about 40% consistency rule. So let's say an account is 25K. Okay. So if it's 25K, then for you to meet 40% consistency rule, you need to be aiming for something to do with $500 each and every single day. But then the question is, so if you guys, oh, you can see it. Thank you. So now the question is, what if you make a bigger, I mean, a bigger profit? What if you make a bigger win? Yeah. So if you make a bigger win, let's say, uh, you guys should comment. I mean, give me some figures. Okay. So let's say the first day, instead of making $500, you make $1,000. Yeah. Or simply just $900. Yeah. So once we have that, the question is, do you meet the consistency rule? No. How much does the account balance need to be to meet the rule? 22,250. Okay. So let's say the next day, uh, you guys can also give me your figures. Okay. So let's say the next day you make how much? Let's say you have a bad day of maybe $500. So if you have $500, yeah, do you meet the 40% consistency rule? No. How much do you still need? 2250. So let's say the next day you make like how much? Uh, let's say you make 1200 $1,200. So do you meet the consistency? No. How much do you still need? 3000. So 3000. Let's say this other day you need to make you make something like 2K or 2200. 2200. So do you meet it? No. How much do you still need to make that one? So what normally happens that if you make bigger, if you have bigger gains, then you still just need to be trading. But then how will you know that you've hit the 40% consistency rule? By using this calculator here. So this one will enable you to understand if you've hit the consistency rule or not. Okay. So let's say we make Just say this are the day you make 4K because it's possible. Do you meet it? No. So you still need to continue trading until, so let's say these are the day you made a loss, 500. Still need to make 10K. And just another day, you just make simply 10K. Is it even making sense? So let me start here with 1200. So this consistency rule is telling you most profits in a day must be less than 1040. So highest profit in a day should be 1200. So you follow this. So should be less than 1040. Let's say you make 900. And just like that, you meet the consistency rule. So it's not like I mean what I was saying that you still make. So you just simply follow this. So if it's telling you most profit in a day must be less than a certain amount, then it needs to be that. So let's say, for instance, I started the day with $1,500. So it's telling me most profits in a day must be less than 600, and I still don't meet the consistency. So let's say this other day I simply just make $500. So still I don't meet it. So most profits in a day must be uh, less than 800. So I need to be making less than 800. So let's say again I make 600. So now I still don't meet it, but then must be 10, 1040, less than 1040. So this day I make 1000. I still don't meet it. And then most profits in a day must be less than 1440. But if I do my calculations right, so 3600 na 3750, I only need like $150. So I don't need to make 150. I should make something like $200, and then I meet the consistency rule. So with this calculator, if at all you're trading futures account and you feel like you really need this, then you can just simply DM me. But then I won't give it to you for free. I won't give it to you for free. So I'll simply charge a small amount. So if you're interested, you know how to find me and can talk about that. And I'll simply just send it to you. So that's what's up, guys. I really wanted to talk about this, and I'm going to make a full about 1 hour video on how to use it, So with that said, I think we'll be done for the day and also for the week. Yeah, because also looking at NQ, still. So let me show you. It's not doing anything yet. So just traded into that fair value gap and kind of holding. So to me, I'm not interested. So even if it trades lower, well and good, but then I'm done. I'm done. I don't even think if I'm going to be trading during the PM session, but then I feel like that's just enough. Okay. Yeah, so if you need this one, the consistency rule calculator. I also have another calculator that will show you how many contracts you need to be filling in. So also that if you want, can just DM. But then to those people, the only people who are interested, this is not for everyone. And not everyone can be interested in it. But then if you want to know how many contracts you need to go short in and how much you need to risk, So instead of just using this one, so for instance here, I can just come and use this. So if I use this and come to create limit order, I can use this. But then not everyone understands how to use this. So I can also give you that other calculator. Just add it to your bank, okay? Yes, so 21 was short, nice. For me, hmm, I don't have to wait for it to deliver. So it's taking too much time. And today I can say I've really been impatient. And I want to call it a day. So thank you guys for streaming. Uh, thank God for giving you guys the courage and the patience to stay with me till now. In as much as we've had some losses and you guys still manage to stay. So I appreciate it. And may the Lord be with you guys and peace.